What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's Karina from Day by Day K, your fitness instructor and fitness friend, and I'm here today to talk to you about a couple of things. So in today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about finally figuring out what's going on with my body. So we're going to talk about what Hashimoto's is today. I'm also going to update you guys on our 50 rep challenge till the end of the year, and then we're going to talk about goal setting for 2020. So if you guys are interested in these topics, stay tuned and we'll get right into it. Okay guys, so I'm going to talk about this Hashimoto's thing and how I found out about it. I'm going to talk about this first, but if you guys want to get into the goal setting, you can skip ahead and I'll tell you what time it is here. So the reason why I want to start with this topic is, again, maybe some people that haven't been following me, this is a fitness channel, so most of the time you're going to be seeing workouts, you're going to be seeing food videos, stuff like that. But I did think I would share this today because I think it's something that's super, I wasn't even aware of this until I found out about me having it. So it's something that maybe can help a lot of other people that might be suffering with the same symptoms that I had and had no idea what is going on. So before I even talk about that, I also just want to clarify, I'm not a doctor, I'm not prescribing anything, I'm just giving you guys a little bit of information of what I was going through, how my body felt, and that's it. Okay, so basically what Hashimoto's is, it's basically an immune disorder, and it revolves around your body just having an excessive amount of antibodies, and these antibodies are basically there to help protect your body from viruses and other things that are coming in, and basically your body gets kind of confused and it starts to attack things in your body. So one of the things that it can attack is your thyroid, and when it starts doing that, obviously it's not good for you because your thyroid is very, very important to your body. It really helps with the functioning of a lot of different things, too many things for me to even be able to explain, but it basically causes a lot of crazy symptoms, and if not treated, it can actually become very, very serious. So if you have any of these symptoms, I would definitely go get checked because you just never know. This is also something that's not diagnosed as frequently as it should be, and so it's something that you should be asking your doctor to get checked about. Okay, so I'll start off with kind of what were the symptoms that I had over the last years, and I've been dealing with this for about, I don't know, 8 to 10 years. So I've had 8 to 10 years of symptoms before I ever found out what I have. And the reason why that happened was because when I was getting my thyroid testing, they were just testing the bare minimum of the thyroid, where they should have been testing the whole thing. And what happens is, a lot of the time when you have the basic tests done, if they see that that's normal, they're not even going to ask you to do the other tests. The other reason is that these tests cost money. So I live in Canada, we have healthcare and stuff like that, but some of these tests still cost you money. So a lot of the time doctors probably, they don't think, hey, maybe this person's not going to want to pay for it, who knows, I don't know. Obviously, if you're in another country, maybe you have to pay for it anyway, but these tests are not free. So with that being said, let me kind of get into the symptoms that I had. So over the last years, it kind of started off with a gut issue, because this is actually not a thyroid problem. It's your body attacking your thyroid, right? So it's not necessarily just gonna attack your thyroid and that's it. You can have a whole lot of other symptoms. So I had a lot of gut issues. So digesting food in general, that was kind of the main thing. Another thing that I had just last year was perioral dermatitis, and I actually did end up documenting the whole thing on perioral dermatitis. So if you guys do want to see a video on that, just let me know and I'll actually put that together for you and just kind of see if maybe you've suffered from it. It's basically when your face breaks out into crazy pimples, and it doesn't look, it's basically everywhere. It's almost like it looks like acne, but it's just all over your face. It's not just specifically in just different spots. So it's pretty crazy. If you guys are interested in a video like that, let me know. What else did I have? I was getting a really small little rash around my neck here, and it would come and go randomly, and I actually went to a lot of doctors. They were just kind of oh, it's probably an allergy you have. I wouldn't worry about it, which is kind of interesting because it's right where my thyroid is. although this is not a thyroid issue, it's an immune issue. So it can actually affect your skin. It can affect different things, right? Other things is extreme tiredness and fatigue. So you guys know yourself best, and you know how you feel when you're tired, and you know how you feel when you're not tired. So personally, I know my body, I know how it functions in a sense. So when I started to get very, very tired, I knew something was off. And another thing that I got tested for was iron, because I thought, I'm like, maybe my iron's low. My iron was actually fine. So what was I gonna say? Like, it's to the point of being so tired that you like need to sleep within the day. You get dizzy. You literally, like, you can sleep for 9 hours and then wake up still being tired, and it's not the same as oversleep, like sleeping too many hours. Okay, it's literally like getting a good amount of sleep and then you're still exhausted. Like, any time that you're not doing anything, you just think about like sleeping. Okay, so it's kind of like that. So if you guys are going through something where you're honestly constantly tired, that's like one of the biggest things for me, because this is also connected to hypothyroidism, which is what is also a symptom of hypothyroidism, basically. So the two are kind of connected in a way. Other symptoms are like stress and anxiety, and I never used to have that, and then all of a sudden over the last years I was like crazy stressed, and I had a lot of anxiety for like no reason. So if you were never like this before, and all of a sudden you're starting to see that, like, hey, I'm getting like really stressed out really easily, I'm getting really anxious really easy for like no apparent reasons. Like, for me, it was literally driving in my car, and if I hear an ambulance, I'd like freak out and like possibly even start crying sometimes. Like, it was just ridiculous. Insomnia, so not being able to sleep properly, also obviously causing you to be tired during the day. What else? Vertigo was something that I was researching just recently, and that's actually, I had it twice a couple of years ago, and again went to the doctor. Doctor's like, hey, did you have an ear infection? I'm like, nope. Did you hit your head? Nope. They're like, okay, well, just wait for it to go away. That was basically what they told me. So yeah, but apparently that could be a symptom. Just trying to think if I'm missing anything else. I think I covered them all. So like the rash, skin issues, and also like feeling of depression. So I did go up and down. Like, I never really thought of myself as a depressed person, but I did have moments of like being really sad and down, and also feeling like you're super lazy, even if you're not a lazy person. That could also be very relatable. So if you're feeling like, oh my God, I'm so tired all the time, why am I all the time tired, and like all this stuff, like, it's definitely a symptom that occurs. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of post probably around now like the tests that I had done in order to figure out what's going on. So again, I do suggest getting yourself tested. There's a whole lot of videos online for, you know, like proper terms and all these things of like you know, what other people's symptoms were and stuff like that. This is just kind of like my thing. On top of that, obviously, because it's hypothyroidism, it's hard for your body to keep weight off. So it's easy for your body to put on weight. So as you guys know, I was training for that show, for my fitness competition, and basically after getting off my strict competition diet, after getting off of it for a month, I basically regained all the weight that I had lost in 6 months. And that's crazy because I'm pretty like clean eater. I work out pretty hard. So it's kind of strange, you know what I mean? And there we go. That's one of the symptoms, is weight gain or having a hard time losing weight and that kind of thing. So basically I went to not a thyroid specialist. I still have an appointment to a thyroid specialist, but I have been seeing a naturopath who was able to actually like suggest what tests I should get done and all that stuff. So thank goodness I was able to go to a doctor who finally accepted the fact that, like, hey, I'll do these tests for you, because I actually went to 3 or 4 doctors that they wouldn't even do the tests for me because they were like, well, if A and B is fine, then C should be fine. So just, guys, again, you guys know your body best. If you know that something's off, don't just, you know, listen to what the doctors tell you, they are there for a reason, but they don't know everything. Another thing that was prescribed to me for all these things, because I went to them at one point with my diet, with my workouts, with everything. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm not losing weight, and this is what I'm eating, and I'm getting really anxious, and that should have already rung a bell in their head. But the first thing that I was suggested was to be put on antidepressants. So that's pretty crazy. So again, do your research, guys, because like, had I gone on that route, like, is a whole other story. But on top of that, had I gone on that, not only would that mess with my body more, I wouldn't be dealing with the actual issue that's going on. So just keeping that in mind. Now, that's pretty much all I know so far. I have been seeing a naturopath, and she is putting me on a protocol where it's gonna help me kind of like figure out how to calm down my body and get things going. And this is the exciting part, is I get to try out carnivore diet. So I'm gonna be easing into it pretty, like, I'm already kind of easing into it. So as you guys have seen the last couple of videos, I've been posting keto stuff, which is basically, I call it like level 1 of carnivore. Keto is basically eating higher fat, very low carb, and then like moderate protein or low protein, I guess you can say. Whereas carnivore is basically, you're eating like basically just meat, but it's not like, oh, I'm having steak and bacon. You're eating organ meats and all these things, because on top of this issue that I have, this created a lot of other issues as well that we need to deal with. But this I've noticed has really decreased my inflammation and like my bloating and all that kind of thing. So like that. And I'm not even gonna get into this topic of like, ooh, it's the fad now, let's do keto, let's do low fat, let's do high protein, let's do vegan. Like, I'm really not into like naming all these diets. The only reason why I'm bringing it up is because I think it's just easier for the general public to kind of understand what diet I'm talking about. My goal in life has been just like, let me find something that works for my body, where my body's happy, right? I hope you guys find this information helpful. And let's get into our goal setting, and actually the reason why I do it, and how much it's helped me over this year, especially this year dealing with this whole issue before I even found out what it was. Okay guys, so first of all, I want to update you. Look at this, check it out. I've been marking all these little marks here. So we started on October 15th, our 50 rep challenge. If you guys aren't familiar with that, basically I challenged you guys to do 50 reps of a given exercise, whatever exercise you want. It's just, you wanted it to be something that is challenging for you and that makes you nervous. So something that, you know, maybe you're able to do, but not necessarily something that you can do 50 of. So for me, I chose pull-ups, and my goal is to just basically do 50 pull-ups a day. Of course, it doesn't have to be 50 in a row, but you just want to kind of like push yourself out of your comfort zone and get 50 reps in during the day. So guys, we're almost done. We're a month away. We're almost there, just 1 month left. I'm super pumped. So the reason why I write these things down is because it actually helps me to like look back and stay motivated. And I guess like one of the symptoms that I was really feeling was the whole like feeling tired and feeling lazy all the time. And for me, it's very important when I write stuff down, because when I do write stuff down, then I can always look back and be like, okay, I'm relaxed now. No, I did do work, I did do stuff, and like I'm not like super lazy, I'm just tired, right? So guys, I'm excited. If you still want to join in on the challenge, feel free to do that, and definitely post below what kind of exercise you'll be doing. So you can do crunches, push-ups, pull-ups, lunges, squats, whatever you want, as long as it makes you a little bit nervous and it challenges your body, right? With that being said, it's also the last week of November, so I wanted to kind of share with you guys what I've been doing over this whole year with regards to goal setting. And I thought maybe it's better for me to share this with you guys now, so in case you want to start this on in January, you have like over a month to still plan for it. So what I did this year in January is I basically sat down and I'm just gonna show you really quick. This is what it looks like. Made this little chart, and then I ended up adding on to my chart and making another chart. But basically, and I kept this on my fridge, and basically what I did on here was just set some goals for the year of like what I wanted to do. So some of the things were, in general, learning how to do a pull-up. So that was like one thing that I really wanted to do. I actually did learn how to do a pull-up beforehand, but I wanted to like learn how to do like a set of pull-ups, right? That was one of my goals. Another thing was just basically with regards to even this channel, like setting up time to create videos, create content, editing, and all that stuff. Another thing was reading books this year. So one of my things for the year was to like basically focus on reading at least one book a month, or at least 12 books in the year. I'm actually surpassed that, which I'm super excited about. But again, it's just a matter of recording it and then looking back and be like, oh, I like really did well with that. Over the couple of months, so by May, I was like, okay, I kind of got these goals like going. I'm seeing results, and I'm marking down every time that you guys can see here, I like kind of put like just like a mark every time that I did anything towards that specific goal, any day that I did, so that when I look back, I'm like, wow, I actually put in like some hours or some time into this, right? And then with regards to other goals was like stretching, was just like staying motivated, or you know, out of like trips and like spending time with like my husband or family and that sort of thing. So kind of putting that all out there and being able to like record it, and it's honestly not that hard to record in this sense, because you just leave it on your fridge or somewhere where you see it all the time, and it's not like you have to write everything out every day, like what did I do today? Like it's literally like you just mark, okay, I put some time and effort into this today, whether it's an hour, whether it's 2 hours, whether it's 15 minutes, like at least you can kind of see that you have been working towards your goals. And I kind of wanted to weave this in because this week we did do our fitness test, right? So I basically wanted to kind of share with you guys the concept of like that whole fitness test. Again, like you record things so that you can see how you're improving yourself over time, right? And I found that this year, especially with my symptoms, it was super intense. I think this was like maybe not the hardest year I've had, but it was a pretty tough year. So having stuff like this to keep me on track has been super helpful, because otherwise I probably would have like finished this year off being like, oh man, like another year, I didn't accomplish the things I wanted to do. Like let's say one of my goals, as you guys know, was to compete, and you know, I didn't get through didn't do the competition, so now it's like, oh, I'm a failure or whatever, right? But it's not, because like there's so many other things that I was able to accomplish, and then when you really get to look at it, it makes you feel a little bit different. So in any case, what I would suggest for you guys, if you are interested, because I will be starting like a new thingy goal tracking sheet for January. If you guys are interested in, maybe if you want me to kind of give you some suggestions of what I put on my goal sheet, or if you guys want to like kind of join in for the year, for next year, let me know, and I'd be super interested in like seeing what some of your goals are for next year. And it's a good time to start thinking about it now, because a lot of the time we're like, oh, like December 25th or like January 1st, let's think about it. And then if you don't do it beforehand, it's just 1 week of like not doing it turns into 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and then it doesn't really happen. So that's pretty much it. I'm done. I'm done for the day. I know this video is super different from what you guys are used to, but I thought I'd share this information with you guys today. Just end of November, we're gonna start December off strong, you know, killing it to the end of the year, and then we're gonna start off to 2020 super strong as well. So I just want you guys to know kind of like what to expect from me in the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna be doing a lot more in-home workouts. I'm gonna be doing a lot more fitness class workouts, and like workouts that you can basically do at the gym or at home, and I'm gonna kind of demonstrate it in that way. I'm gonna show you some cool carnivore / keto recipes. And yeah, super excited for next month. Christmas stuff coming up, so I'm excited about that too. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I know it's super long and it's a little bit different from what I typically post, but I really hope that I could at least help like one person out there with the whole Hashimoto's thing. And then again, with the motivation, let's get it going, guys. Let's stay on track, and I'll see you in the next video next month. Ciao.